Oo nga, grabe, no? Ibang klase ngayon. January 18, 18 days at the start of the year. So, maganda tong mangyayari sa atin ngayon dahil hindi pa naman late to make goals and to write down whatever you need to do for the year. As I'm sure marami rin naman nagsasabing kailangan planuhin, di ba? Even if many people have written off 2020, tapos sinasabi nila parang mahirap pa rin sa 2021, importante pa rin may mga goals tayo sa buhay, di ba? Ikaw, Tristan, what is something that you're looking forward to na mangyari for you, for your family, and for work in 2021?
Interesting yan, Pastor. Coach RD, kasi actually,
Hindi.
today, mag-uusap kami ni Marge about our goals yan. Pero sa akin, what I'm really looking forward to for this year is, siguro for one, is fitness, kasi meron kayong mga goals to stay fit and healthy. Tapos gumawa na kami ng mga general. So today namin nalagyan ng skeleton. Lahat ng details ilalagay namin dun sa mga goals namin. We also, despite pandemic, we want to go towards having financial breakthrough. So how is that going to look like? So we'll also discuss that for the year. Yun yung mga goals. For career, for growth, so meron din books to read, things that we want to implement at work. So, yung mga ganun, Coach.
Yeah, galing. At saka I'm sure like kunwari sa iyo sa in ministry for example, I'm sure that there are ways by which every year gagawa tayo ng goal setting or strategic planning sinasabi nila. Yes. Even Marge when she was with Department of Energy ba siya? Tama ba?
Yes.
When she was in the Department of Energy, taon-taon yan, gumagawa ng mga plano yan, di ba? The whole department or even the whole ministry, for example, you plan out kung anong gusto ninyo mangyari for the coming year. No? And I'm sure everybody has, higher hopes for 2021 dahil nga andyan na yung vaccine, doctors know how to handle or to manage COVID-19 patients. The hospitals are not as full anymore. Hindi na siya yung wala nang they cannot accept patients anymore because nga sobrang dami nung naging COVID patients nung nakaraang taon, di ba? So ngayon, mas alam na ng mga doktor, alam na ng mga frontliners how to manage, how to handle, and how to help a COVID patient heal and recover. Kaya nga mas marami na yung recovery rate kaysa sa death rate sa atin ngayon. Which is good. It's all good news, no? And then, of course, yung vaccine is coming out already soon. So, magandang hinaharap natin sa 2021. But before we go into planning and goal setting, bati muna tayo. Sige, batiin mo muna, Tristan, yung mga kasama natin na nanonood ngayon.
Good morning sa'yo, Devon. Yan. And also, good morning din, Raymer. And good morning sa 6 million viewers natin, Coach RD.
Grabe. 6 million na kagad, Grabe, bilis. 18 days into the year, nakaka 6 million na tayo. Wow. At saka i-acknowledge din natin ang mga sponsors natin. Kape Tayo is brought to you by The Keg, Brewed to Go, Kylie Bakes, Oil MGPH, Baking, and Food Station Online. Yan yung mga aming sponsors na hopefully this year madagdagan pa ang ating mga sponsors. So, meron na talagang cash. Meron pang iba na sumali sa atin this morning.
Yan. Doc Mia, good morning. And of course, Sharon, thank you so much also for staying with us. Yan, good morning din.
Yeah. Si Weng, wala pa. Normally, unang bumabati yan eh.
Baka may meeting sila ni Iko.
Ganun ba? Okay. So let me just share very quickly, and hopefully this will be helpful to everybody listening and to everybody watching. And by the way, everyone, si Nadi, si Raymer, Doc Mia, Sharon, can you share with us what is one goal that you have for 2021? Sorry, 2021. What is one goal that you're looking forward or you're wanting to achieve this 2021? Whether that's personally, relationally, or professionally, share nyo naman sa amin para we can have a good conversation in our episode today. So, sabi nga ni, para sa kapakanan ni Abby at saka ni Bobby, checking in. Nax naman! Morning! Good morning. Magkakasama lang tayo, di ba? Nung kailan ba yun? Sabado? Sabado ba yun?
Yes.
Yan, no?
Saturday.
Sabado.
Yes.
Oo, late lunch. Actually, merienda yun eh, no? 3 o'clock.
Ah, parang dinner ko na yun eh. Nabusog talaga ako eh. Late na kasi ako
Naka,
dumating.
oh,
Mag-aalas 6 na.
nakakatawa. Kasi, ito si Abby at saka si Bobby. Kasama namin. Si Abby, si Bobby, si Tristan, si King, Lee J, Lian, tapos, sino pa nandun?
Shed
Ah,
and Ferdy.
yes, Shed and Ferdy. At saka si,
Paolo and
sino pa
Sam.
ba? Yes. O, tapos, kami ni Miss Vera, nandun kami na.
Mm.
So, 3
And
o'clock
si
dapat
Ina.
kami magkikita-kita. Oh, sige na, dumating. Nagkikita-kita kami. Tapos, pagkatapos nun, sabi ni Miss Vera before the event, before Saturday, sabihin niyo na sa amin kung ano gusto niyo kainin para ma-prepare namin para pagdating niyo handa na lahat. Yung mga ino-order nila, of course, the famous tamarind chicken, lechon belly, bangus, merienda. Halos naging dinner na eh kasi ang daming kinain eh. On top of that, may mga nachos pa. So, so, but it was a fun time. It was fun time reconnecting, talking to everybody. So this is like an extension of those events are like extensions of Kapitayo. Ito sabi ni Bobby, merienda ng lechon, chicharon, and tamarind chicken. Si Iko nga hindi na nakadating, di ba? Si Iko at saka si
Hindi na.
Mariam, hindi na nakadating eh. Pinadeliver na lang yung kanilang tamarind chicken eh. Yung pag-deliver daw sa kanila, naging lemon chicken na eh. Hindi na tamarind chicken. Ay, nako. Oy, bati rin tayo kay Joel Francisco. Good morning, Sir Artie. Remember, I'm your line cook. Oh, before, yes, Red Kitchen Bar. Correct. God bless us. Kamusta ka na, Joel? Oh, Red is the other restaurant that we had in Alabang, in Philinvest. So, prior to the pandemic, we had a Red Kitchen Bar in Philinvest, and then we had we bought Keg 2 years ago, like 2019. And I remember in Red, di ba, Tristan, tayo
Mm.
yung every year doon tayo nag-Christmas dinner. Ang cast ng Kape Tayo and our respective wives would have Christmas dinners in Red Kitchen Bar. So yung picture na nakikita nyo dun sa Practical Leadership Online, yung 4 kami, dun yun kinuha sa Red, yung sa isang restaurant namin. Which unfortunately we had to close because we ended our contract already with Philinvest in August. So we said, let's take a break first. So Joel was one of our line cooks. So good morning to you, Joel. Keep in touch. Baka magkita ulit tayo. Oh, gano'n. And of course, batiin mo to, kapatid. Batiin mo to.
Ayan. Miss
So,
Boots, na-miss ka namin. So, Happy New Year and good morning din.
yan. Okay, good. So, again, share with us what is one goal that you might have for 2021, personally, relationally, or professionally. Ano yung mga gusto nyo mangyari? Hindi lang to wishful thinking at Tristan. Kasi yung iba,
Mm.
I hope, sana mangyari. Sana ganito.
Oo.
Hindi. When you say it's a goal by definition is a dream with a deadline.
Mm.
That's a good definition of a goal. It's a dream, and a simple one. It's a dream with a deadline. So, if you have a dream, if you have an ambition, if you have a good intentions for 2021, don't just let it be an ambition or an intention. Put a deadline to it. Then it turns into a goal. Kasi alam naman natin yung SMART goals, di ba? SMART goals is specific, measurable, attainable, uh, realistic
Ah,
or readable. Nag-iiba-iba na siya eh. And then it's also time bound.
time
So
bound.
dun yun sa time bound nagtatap. But I will share with you, Tristan, I will share with you and the rest of our 14 million viewers something new. Something new.
Yan.
Ha? Ito. Bumati ka muna ito. Batiin muna natin si Joseph. Good morning, Sir RD. Line cook din po ako ng Red Kitchen nyo. God bless po always, sir. Kunin ko kayo, Nino, sa kasal ko. Ano
Madami
ba
na kaming
to?
inaanak nyo.
Nako. Ay, nako. Joseph, nako, mag-usap na lang tayo later. Pagkatapos ng
Padalahan mo daw siya ng invitation.
okay, grabe. Hinihintay ko kayong lahat. Yung lahat ng mga dating staff ng Red. Hinihintay ko kayong lahat sa keg. Magpunta kayo doon. Magkita-kita tayo doon. Ha? Para makapag-usap tayo. Hindi usapang ninong. Kwento-kwentuhan lang. For those of you that are watching and listening, Tristan, inaanak ko rin ho yan sa kasal. So, yun. Wala akong ninong goals this year.
Pahinga ka muna ngayon, Ninong.
Pahinga muna.
Si Ate Ched at saka si Kuya Ferdy. Walang yan, taon-taon. Meron niyang ginugol silang maging ninong at ninang.
Ninong ng bayan nga yan di ba? Ninong at ninang ng
Yes.
bayan.
Runner-up lang si Iko at saka si Mariam.
Kung itatali nga namin ni Miss Vera kung ilan na yung inaanak namin. I think we're almost 30 na inaanak namin sa kasal. Almost 30.
Wow.
I think we're about 27 or 28. Parang ganun yata.
Wow.
So, yun, eto. Si Doc Mia, nagsabi na siya ng kanyang goal. Sige, basahin mo, Chris.
Yan. Goal to keep my blood sugar under control. Ang sweet ko kasi. Yan.
Parang hindi lang yata para sa yan si Doc Mia, para kay Doc Mel din yata yan. Kasi kung masyado kang sweet, baka tumaas din yung blood sugar ni Doc Mel di ba? Sa pagiging sweet mo sa kanya. Yeah! But that's a good goal. That's a health goal, di ba? Health goal yan. Personally, health goal yan. As we should, di ba? We should always keep ourselves healthy. Okay. So, this is what we did. Start of the year. Start of the year. Every year kasi our family goes through goal setting. So before, ang nangyari sa amin, gumagawa muna kami ng thank you list for the year that was. What are things that you're thankful for? Tapos nakakategory at personally, sa family namin, tapos whether in school or you're working already, sa trabaho or whatever you're involved in or you're busy with. So susulat muna namin thank you. Just, because we're grateful for what God did in our lives the past year. And then after that, we go now to the faith year, meaning what is something that you're looking forward to. So for several years, we go through different processes, iba-iba siya. So minsan yung kukunin namin ng picture, yung ano yung goals namin for the year. And I think we did that in one of our leadership coaching sessions in Starbucks. So kukunan namin ng ganon, and then we write down what does that picture mean to me for the year. And in another year, I think this was last year, 2 years ago, 2019, ang ginawa namin, what is a word that will define your year? So each one wrote down one word that would define 2020 for us. So in our family of seven, I think, if I'm not mistaken, four out of the seven wrote down growth. So growth
Mm.
personally, growth relationally, growth professionally. And then we started to write down what does that mean to us, for if there's another course that you want to take, or if there's another hobby or interest that you want to pursue, another skill that you want to learn, personally, diba? But sa sinulat namin lahat. So this year we're taking a look at what do we do now? How do we go about it? So we tried to combine 2018 and 2019. Kasi 2018, gumawa kami ng ganito, yung three categories. If you can see this. No? Three categories. Goal for 2021, tapos me, 18. I wrote down 18 for my family. And then career in business. So what we did was we wrote down three categories, and then what is one goal that you will have for the year. Yeah. So, and you write it in one statement. You don't write many things.
Mm.
Parang what will mark your 2021. So for me, for example, and I'll just share this with all of you. For me, ang sinulat ko, be a person of significance in the next 12 months. And I said, discipline is key. Yan yung sinulat ko dito yan. You can see that. Yeah. So yun yung sinulat ko. So be a person of significance in the next 12 months. So eksakto yan. From January to December. And I wrote there, together with that, is discipline is key. Kailangan may disiplina ka. To be able to be a person of significance to others, kailangan ikaw disiplinado ka rin. Diba? Kasi how can you be significant to other people kung ang buhay mo walang disiplina, wala kang you don't have routines, you don't have order, diba? It's very hard to do that. So yun yung sinulat namin. So everybody started writing down, Tapos, sabi namin, so hindi naman pwedeng go lang siya. Hindi naman sinulat mo lang yan. How do you know that you're able to achieve that? So I asked everybody to write down what are the goals for each, or what is the goal for each. Okay, so ano yung goal? Acronym to Ano yung goal? So I'll post it here on our chat for everybody to see. So letter G, the first one is this. Godly purpose. This is the first. Yeah. So that's the first. So pag sinabi mong godly purpose, ano ibig sabihin nun? So kasi hindi naman pwede yung gusto mo lang maging person of significance. Pero wala namang saysay, wala namang purpose. What's the meaning? Why do you want that? Bakit mo gustong gawin yun? There has to be a deeper meaning of why you want to have a goal like that. Diba? So I wrote here, the godly purpose for that is putting others' interest and growth in mind. So whether that's my family, whether that's my team in the store, whether it's my clients, whether that's you, all of you listening, it's always putting the interest of others and your growth in mind. So that's my godly purpose. It could also be the good purpose. Hindi lang just godly purpose, pero pwede rin good purpose. So importante yung malaman na there has to be a deeper meaning of why you want to achieve that goal for the year. Kasi maraming goals, it's all attached to something that you will gain later on. Whether that's financially or materially, di ba? Kung baka parang pag na-achieve ko tong goal na to, I'll get something in return. But having a godly purpose or a good purpose to it will have a deeper meaning and parang you expect nothing in return. So mas malalim 'yun, 'di ba? And it gives
Mm.
you more reason to pursue it because it's for a higher cause. It's for a higher intent or good intent. So that's one. That's letter G. Okay, godly purpose. Next, ano yung letter O? Ano sa tingin niyo yung letter O? Sige nga, type nyo nga. So the first, when you talk about a goal, it has to have, number one, a godly purpose. Ano sa tingin nyo? Yung letter O. Ikaw, Tristan, tingin mo. Ano tingin mo? Letter O.
Wala pa akong maisip, coach. Ang hirap mag-isip sa umaga. Di pa ako nagkakape.
So, tatype ko muna. Tapos, pero pahulaan ko muna sa inyo. Pahulaan ko muna sa inyo. Objective, sabi, uy, hey, Sel, hi, good morning. Sabi ni Sel, objective. No, hindi. So your goal is like your objective. Diba? Parang it's like your mission. It's like your objective. That's the goal. Ito yung mga ito yung parang mga, kasi sabi nga nila, di ba, the road to success is always under construction. So sabi ni how do I pronounce your name? Norali?
Norel?
Norel? Norel? Obedience. Pwede rin, obedience. Kasi nga, may godly purpose ka, pero may obedience ka rin. Pero hindi. It's not obedience. But those are good. Those are good answers. Letter O. Ikaw, subukan mo, kapatid. Subukan mo sumagot bago ko sabihin sa iba. Obtain excellence. Nakasama.
Wow.
Gusto ko yun sa mga sagot eh. Yan o. Sabi ni iba, letter O. Sabi ni Sel is objective. Okay. Sabi ni Norel or Norally. Please let us know how you want us to address you. Alam mo naman kami dito, we're very personal. Next, sabi ni Abby, obtain excellence. Request. Maganda rin yan. Okay. What do you think? Okay. Bago natin i-share yung kay Boots, yung kanyang goals. Okay. So letter O. Sige pa, go. Ikaw, kapatid, subukan mo. Subukan mo lang.
Expect obstructions.
Obstructions? Yeah. Correct, kapatid. Obstructions or obstacles. Yeah. That's the next. Obstacles. Uy, nakuha ni JR. Nakuha niya. JR. Oo.
Hey,
yeah,
bro.
JR. Obstacles. Correct. So, you also have to expect that. Expect obstacles. In our sessions last year when we were talking about change management, you have to learn to anticipate. Anticipate what other changes that may be up ahead or learn to anticipate obstacles. Kasi always remember, any goal that you want to achieve in life will always meet some resistance.
Mm-hmm.
Whether that's fitness, fitness, anong resistance or obstacle ng fitness? Laziness. Laziness,
Lechon.
yung lechon. Lechon, di ba? Yan yung mga obstacles eh. So learn to expect what are obstacles. So for me, for example, the obstacle that I'm expecting is being competitive and wanting to do things myself. Kasi number 3 ko yun eh. Number 3 for me is competition. My third strength is competition. So I look at everything as a competition. But I think if that's a strength, but at the same time, it can also be a weakness or an obstacle to me because being very competitive, parang I want to do things on my own. So that goes against wanting to be significant to others or putting others' interests better than my own. Kasi Hindi ka nag-empower, hindi ka nagtatrust sa ibang tao na kaya nilang gawin yung trabaho. It's always, yeah, let's do it, let's do it. I'll do it na. Ako na lang, ako na lang, ako na lang. So that could be an obstacle. So yung talagang pinagpe-pray ko rin na yung that the competition theme of mine will really remain a strength. That it will not be a weakness or it will not be, as we know with a basement, kailangan naka-balcony siya. Diba? So, yun yung aking letter O or obstacle. Before we move on, tingnan natin yung kay Boots. Ang goal ni Boots, one goal for me is to promote vigorously for more sustainable community-based projects. For example, it should not just be doing feeding programs, but setting up community kitchens where people could participate in and sustain the work. And very good. Tama, kasi feeding program is a program. However, if you make it more, kasi programs have a definite beginning and a definite ending. So pagka ganyan, kailangan maging more sustainable yung efforts, which could be also your godly purpose. Ikaw, hindi ka na nagko-contribute, Tristan eh. Nagno-notes ka na naman eh. Kita ko na naman yung
Notes.
tablet mo eh.
Siyempre,
Nakita ko na naman yung tablet mo eh.
goal ko kasi coach to learn more from you this year. So,
Wow.
dapat no time is wasted. I have to take notes. Whoever the speaker is, I can learn from someone. So,
Correct. And even in our conversations, di ba? It's not just a formal learning, pero dapat yung mga conversations, yung mga kwentuhan lang. And ayaw mo mapupulot eh. There's so many
yes.
things that you can learn by having conversations with people. That's why in seminars, I think I was sharing this with Tristan last year when we had a one-on-one, when we had a catch-up. Yung mga seminars ngayon, it's not anymore teaching. It's really more conversations. The more you have conversations with people, whether that's one-on-one, in a coaching session, or in a victory group, or 1 with 5 or 1 with 10, it really has to be a little bit more conversational because people want to interact, like what we're doing now. People want to interact, people want to get involved, people want to engage, people also want to share, diba? And everybody can learn from that. So seminars nowadays are going more and more towards having conversations. At least in my perspective, having been in the industry for over 2 decades, it has to move to that. It has to innovate or pivot towards that. Gone are the days of the sage on the stage. Yung sage, ito is the wise one. Yung parang ikaw na, alam mo na naman pala lahat. Hindi, sige, ikaw na. Gone are the days na ganun. Oh, talaga. It has to be more engaging. Yeah. Because we can literally learn from everyone. Sure, you have the principles, you have the theory, you have the practice, but the experience is the nice part when you begin to share experiences with each other, based on whatever concept you're talking about. So, yun. So letter O is obstacles. So what are certain obstacles that you are foreseeing in your journey towards your goal? Because always remember, you have to enjoy the journey. You don't just look at the destination, but you also enjoy the journey because there are many lessons that you can learn from the journey towards your goals. So that's 12 months, diba? Between now and December. That's 12 months. So there's many, many things that can happen, both good and bad, both mountaintop experiences and valley experiences, or the obstacles. Pero importante kasi na magpakatotoo tayo na alamin din natin kung ano yung mga obstacles and barriers, because if we can't anticipate what the obstacles will be, we will get distracted from pursuing our goal. So, importante ma-anticipate natin yan para pagka dumadating na siya, alam na natin kung paano natin ma-overcome siya. Just like yung karera, yung hurdles, di ba, yung
Obstacle race.
yung obstacle race or even the hurdles, yung 100-meter hurdles, yung,
Mm.
di ba, yung sa track and field, di ba, may
Yes, yes.
event na gano'n na hurdles. All of them, isipin mo yun, may iba na hindi pa nila nakiklear yung hurdle. There are many professional athletes who sometimes sumasabit pa yung paa nila sa hurdles. There are many who even run into the hurdle. But ultimately, the goal is to be able to see the finish line, but also know how many hurdles they need to overcome or they need to cross over. Kaya may may pacing yan, di ba? May gate yan eh. The minute that they step, pag tapak nila ng ganon, kailangan the next foot will already be over the hurdle. Ganun yan eh. And that's what they train for. Because they're always anticipating that there are gonna be hurdles, there are gonna be hurdles, there are gonna be hurdles. Diba? Or the obstacle race. Like my eldest daughter, si Isa, who's a Spartan racer. 21 kilometers and I think there are 15 obstacles, military grade obstacles as they go through the marathon. So it's running, marathon, half marathon, pero may mga obstacles siya. And iba-ibang degree of difficulty yun. May iba, bubuhat ka lang ng kunwari, 5 gallon na tubig, tatlong ganun, bubuhatin mo, you do that obstacle, then you move on to the next. May iba naman talagang mahirap. You have to dive into a ditch na putik, then you have to crawl under. Iba siya. But they have to prepare for that. Mentally, kailangan prepared sila. Physically, kailangan din prepared sila. In the same way, when you take a look at obstacles, it's important to prepare yourself physically to overcome the obstacle, pero also mentally. Kasi madalas dito naman natatalo eh. Di ba? Kaya naman ang katawan eh, pero madalas sa mental natatalo. So, learn to anticipate the obstacles and overcome those obstacles. Okay. Oh, what's next? Anong letter next?
Letter A
G
na.
O letter A. Okay, so hula. Oh, what's letter A? What's letter A? Type nyo nga. What do you think is letter A? Tapos papakita natin kung ano sa tingin ninyo ang letter. Ta-type ko na yung sagot para ikaw, Tristan, what do you think?
Nag-iisip pa.
Letter A. Kailangan mo pa yata magkape.
Oo.
Letter A. Letter A. Oh. It's similar. It's similar to a way by which you measure things. What do you think? Letter A. Oh, yung mga nanonood sa atin. What do you think is letter A? Ito yung mga, if you can see behind me, merong parang medalya doon sa likod ko. Masabit. Parang may medal doon nakasabit. So, what do you think is letter A? Let's see some. Alternative ways. Sabi ni Cedrio, alternative ways. Nope.
May naisip na, Coach.
Yes. Ano yung sa'yo?
Act on it.
Act on it. Pwede. Alternative ways, pwede. Pero hindi. Meron pa. Sabi ni Bobby, award. Oh, malapit ka na, Bobby. Pati muna tayo kay Evangeline. Good morning. Same with life. Maraming obstacles and need to prepare. Next. Oh, tama. You're correct. Okay? Okay, letter A is, papakita ko na, action, no? Not action. But your action will lead to this. Your action will lead to this next letter A. Some already got it. There are 3. 3 who got it. Those that got it, ito. Letter A is achievement. Yeah. So that's letter A, achievement. Yeah. Ta-da! So nakakuha sino ba nakakuha?
Yeah,
Si
Sharon.
Yeah. Sino pa?
Ano ba? Si Noral. Yan.
Mhm. Yan. Meron pa? Sino pa?
And
Ito,
Evangeline.
Evangeline. Yes, achievement. Okay. So that's letter A, achievement. So when you say achievement, these are like your milestones, achievements. These are your milestones. So a good milestone could be quarterly. So when you end quarter one, which is January or March, by March or April, March April, between those 2 months, you reassess. Parang sa basketball, di ba, you have 4 quarters. So every quarter of the 4 quarters, you assess what are the milestones that you've achieved or that you've made, so that you can measure how
Mm-hmm.
far you are or how near you are towards your goals. Di ba? So quarter one, quarter two, and then after quarter two, you do halftime. That's June. Diba? Pag halftime, what you do is you regroup. So kami ngayon, every week, we're establishing every week we're gonna have a time together as a family to just talk and learn from each other and then pray. And then we will always go back to assess our goals. And then at the end of the quarter one, we'll come back. Sorry, at the end of quarter two, which is halftime, we will come and revisit again everything and say, so how can we support each other? How can we help each other in terms of achieving our goals? For example, one goal of Isa for personally was fitness. Kasi yun, very healthy yung anak ko ni panganay. So, sinabi niya sa akin yesterday, she said, Papa, I want to take up a course on nutrition. Uh, nutrition fitness ba? Or basta it has something to do with, like for example, the Nike coaches, they go through
Mm.
that nutrition course so that they can prepare food that will help, uh, number one, strengthen the body, the immune system, most especially at this time. But at the same time, help if you're, for example, wanting to lose X number of pounds or you want to be more fit. Yeah, that's the nutrition part. So meron na siyang ganun, meron na siyang iniisip na she will enroll. Hindi lang siya certificate course, but it's an actual coaching nutrition course. And I think that will go for a year. So, and it's online. It's all online. So, achievements. So, meron kang mga milestones na kailangan ilagay. So, here, I wrote down for my achievements regarding be a person of significance in the next 12 months, discipline is key. Start being a person of discipline plus empower others. So, start being a person of discipline, meaning, kasi nung pandemic at saka nung last year, most especially when you got to the December months, nasira yung sleeping pattern ko eh. As in, I would wake up at 8, I would wake up at 8:30. Eh, hindi ako ganun eh. I'm normally up by 5, 5:30. So, I wanted to go back to that. And then, kaya binadali ko yung Starbucks planner ko kasi I have to keep that discipline of writing down everything that I need to do for the day, ticking off those things, just doing the routine, becoming more disciplined and getting back in shape. So that's what I did. So minadali ko yung Starbucks planner ko. So meron na akong Starbucks planner. Tapos sinulat ko na lahat na kailangan kong gawin, all my projects, everything I need to do. And then, I started waking up early again. So, kasi ako, ganun ako, I'm best in the morning. So those are some of the achievements that I've had, short-term achievements that I've had in the last 18 days. Bumabalik na ako sa dati kong routine. So that's achievements. One more thing, by the way, in terms of discipline, I listen to your body. Listen to your body. How many of you including you, Tristan, how many of you,
Mm.
sulat nyo na lang, type nyo na lang, your peak hours are tatlo yan morning, noon, or night. Type nyo, which one? Morning, noon, or night? Type nyo. Where is your peak hours? Is it early in the morning or in the before everything gets busy? Is it midday, after lunch? May iba kasi after lunch talaga, yun yung peak nila. They're the most productive there. Or is it towards the evening? Yan yung peak hours niyo. What for you is your peak hours? Morning, noon, or night? Sige, type nyo. Ikaw, Tristan, what is, as we wait for people to answer,
Yan. Sa
what
akin,
is your,
7 hanggang 12 noon. Yan. Kapag,
ah,
kaya maaga akong dumarating sa office kasi lalo na kapag wala pang mga meetings. Yun yung
mm,
thinking time ko. Mga focus work, deep work.
yeah,
So, lahat
yeah,
nandun.
yeah. Oh,
Planning.
oh. What is it about the morning that you like? That you enjoy, not just like, but you enjoy the most?
The quietness. Kasi
Mm,
minsan, hindi ko sinasabayan yung ano eh. Most of our meetings kasi yung mga kasabayan ko nasa umaga. So I set the meetings naman, my meetings in the afternoon. So I can
mm,
have the time to think and do more focused work. Tsaka
yeah.
nakaka-refresh din yung huni ng ibon at sometimes tilaok ng manok. So it keeps me, it makes me think na it's morning. So yun,
Yeah.
nakaka-trigger for productivity.
Yes. Galing, galing, galing. Okay. So we have several here. Some have answered already. Sabi ni Sharon, yan, pareho, morning. Okay. Sabi ni naman ni Said Free. Sabi ni Said Free. Kapatid.
After lunch, yan. After
Iba
lunch.
rin yan, ano? After lunch,
Oo.
iba rin yan.
Yung iba
Oo.
nap time pero sa kanya peak hour.
Oo. Galing, galing. Next,
Yan.
si Boots.
Night time si Miss Boots. Yan.
Oh, nighttime naman.
Yan.
Si Noral Lee. Nora na lang siguro tawag namin sa'yo. If you don't mind. Morning.
Morning.
Sabi ni JR.
Morning din si JR.
Hmm?
Yan.
Sabi naman ni Tess.
Finally, happy new 2021. So busy. Of course.
Good morning, Tess. Happy New Year to you too.
Yan.
Sabi ni Evangeline.
Yan. Pareho kami. Morning to noon. Planning. Then night is action time.
Nax! Naman, may uma-action.
Execution.
Execution, oo. Okay.
Yan.
May
Said
pabot
free.
si Sefri.
Si Cedric naman, puro meetings kasi sa morning, halos walang matapos.
Mm.
That's
Oo
also
nga.
true.
Yeah, correct. Coordination, di ba? Coordination meetings, decision time,
Alignment.
alignment, yeah. Oo. Good. And then si JR,
Pag may deadline, walang choice, kahit gabi.
correct. Okay,
Marami
so
bang
why did I
deadline si
ask
Rene sa'yo?
So why did I ask what is your peak time? Kasi normally I made a quick graph. I just didn't bring it with me. I made a quick graph. The graph is this one is your performance, peak performance. Ano ba yun? X and Y yan di ba? This is the what? This is the X or the Y?
Forgot na. X
So
yata.
anyway, ganun yan di ba? So if this is the peak performance, this is the timeline. Pag gano'n naman, timeline. So timeline, peak performance. So like for me, for example, if I plot my peak performance, peak performance starts in the morning. I'm up in the morning early. Tapos nagdi-dip yan di ba? Bumababa yan. Tapos towards the evening, nagkakaroon ka ng what you call the second wind. Lahat po tayo may second wind. So you're at your best. For example, for me, I'm at my best early in the morning, even before everybody's awake. I'm already thinking, and then I'm already doing work. and then it dips a bit after lunch, midday, nagdi-dip yan. So yung performance level mo, meron kang high, medium, and low. Diba? So pag bumabagsak ka na dun sa mid, that's where you have the low, yung hindi naman sluggish or you're just calming down. Most especially after lunch kasi nga lahat ng dugo mo nasa tiyan mo kasi kakakain mo pa lang. So nag-dip siya ng kaunti. Then about 3, 4, nag-pick up na naman siya. But it's not as high as your morning peak. Ay following. So in the entire cycle, I used to teach this in time management. In the entire cycle, you have your peak and you have your second wind. So, yung sa middle, if you cut that graph in the middle, so performance, diba? So mid. Maglagay ka ng dotted line sa mid performance. What you do on top when you're at your peak or when you have the second wind, that's where you have your cognitive and your creative work. Okay? The cognitive or creative work. Cognitive is what? You're thinking about process, you're thinking about system, you're putting things together. And then, or creative work. Let's say, for example, you need a better solution for your products or your service. You need a better solution to, let's say, for example, to win a case. Well, ano ba pwedeng gawin? Or for Bobby, di ba? Or architects, engineers. You're thinking of a better way to fit certain things into the house that you're designing. Or if you're working for a company, you're sales and marketing. What can I do better that other companies in my industry are not doing anymore? You do that when you're in your peak performance. What do you do when you're low performance? Doon naman sa baba. Mid to low. Pagka bumagsak na yung energy level mo, what do you do there? You do there naman the routine and the rudimentary tasks. Routine and rudimentary tasks. What's routine task for you? Routine task, maybe, answering emails. That could be a routine task. Or maybe doing some admin work. Things that you need to file, things that don't need a lot of thinking. You do it when it's when you have the low performance. And then pag nag-peak ka na ulit, when you feel that yes, I'm rested, I'm ready to go, then you do a little bit more creative and cognitive tasks there. Diba? Ayun, sabi ni Said Free, Y for performance, X is for the time. Yun. So maraming salamat, Said. Okay. So yun yung and then you can plot your achievements based on that. You can plot your achievements based on what is your peak performance, and then what is your rudimentary what are your cognitive and creative tasks, and then what are your rudimentary and routine tasks. Kailangan mo rin yung rudimentary and routine because that's what builds discipline. Yan yung nagbi-build ng discipline. So, lahat na kayo viewers ko, pati si Tristan, viewer ko na rin siya, mga kapatid.
Nagsusulat ako. Nag-chart ako eh.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So, yeah. So, but it's important. Oh, it's important to plan your day, to plan your time, to plan your day, your week, your month. Yung monthly planner mo, use it as a monthly planner. Wag yung lahat ng gagawin mo for that day, isusulat mo sa mailit na kahon. Hindi. Yung monthly planner mo is how busy are you for the month? Alam niyo kung bakit? Dahil ang pinakamahirap na taong kausap, yung hindi alam kung ano mangyayari sa kanya.
That's good.
Yung mga, Tristan, meet tayo. Sure. Yung mga, ito, Tristan, kape tayo. Di ba? Maraming nag-iimbita yun. Kape naman tayo. Long time no see. Happy New Year. Kape naman tayo. Sige. Ako, kinukall ko yun. Sige, kailan? Sandali. Pwede ka ba Wednesday? Sandali, check ko muna yung schedule ko. Sige. Kung hindi ka sure sa Wednesday, sige, Thursday. Ako, libre ko Thursday, 4 p.m. Okay ka? Sabi niya, I have to check back with the office kasi baka mamaya may mga meeting. Yung gano'n, napakahirap na taong kausap mo. Ang hirap na tao. Don't be that person. Please, I'm telling you, don't be that. Be a person who's in control of your time.
O kaya ano, coach, uy, meet up naman tayo, catch up naman tayo. O sige, set mo na yung date. O sige, sige, balikan kita ah. Wala na, hindi niya na ako nabalikan.
Di ba? Ay, hindi ko alam kung hindi kayo nainis sa ganun, well, ako lang kasi personally, and I'll be honest, I really have a hard time dealing with people like that. Yeah. So it's important that you know what's going to happen for the day. It's important that
Mm,
you know what's going to happen for the week, for the month. Because
mm,
you can easily say, I'm not available on Wednesday for lunch, but I can meet you Wednesday, maybe for the early dinner, para I can be home by 8. There's things to do also.
mm,
Di ba? Mas madaling kausap yung ganun. At least alam mo na ito lang yung oras na kaya nung kausap mong i-allot for you. And that's precious time for you and for that person. Di ba? Uy, si Juan! No, look at that, oh. Si Juan, nandyan na.
ah,
Oh. Okay, si Juan. Good morning. Kamusta kayo? Okay naman
yan.
kami, Juan. Kamusta kayo dyan sa Cebu? Tapos na ba ang sinulog?
Parang tapos na
Yung
yata.
January eh.
Nag-online celebration lang yata sila eh.
Okay, okay. Oo, sinulog is January, alam ko eh. Diba?
Mm.
So, well, welcome and Happy New Year to you. Okay. Last na. Kasi malapit na rin tayo magtapos. So, G, in review, G is godly purpose. O is your obstacles. What are some obstacles that you're anticipating that may happen? Letter A is achievement. Okay. And then letter L, huli na, letter L. So, si Dwayne, nandito rin, kapatid. Batiin mo na si Dwayne.
Yan. Dwayne, good morning. So, yung iba naman feeling busy lang naman eh. Or
Oo.
tama siya dyan, or yung iba I think they equate business to productivity, yung mga ganun.
Correct. Which is not true, di ba? Don't equate action for achievement. Do not
Mm.
equate action for achievement. Hindi porket marami kang ginagawa, ibig sabihin nun, you're achieving something. No. It doesn't
Mm.
necessarily fall through. Minsan, yung action mo, parang kang hamster in a spinning wheel. There's so much action, but you're not getting anywhere. Di ba?
Mm.
So, tama nga, yung iba, feeling busy. Yung iba, they pride themselves in being busy. Lahat sinusulat.
Mm.
Talaga, sabi mo, grabe, busy mo ah. Pero
Mm.
kung titignan mo kung ano naman yung sinusulat, yung lock the door, feed the cat, which are all rudimentary that you're supposed to be doing anyway. Diba? Yun. So, bago nyo hulaan yung huli, letter L, yung iba, sabi nila, drop the plan if it ain't a plan. Isa. Ano yung ibig sabihin? Paki-explain. Kala mo rin, hindi rin. Ganda. Ano yung ibig sabihin? Yeah, but we'd like to share with us what that means. So it's a good saying. Tapos na po, sinulog kahapon. Yan. Okay. So nag-online nga sila. And then, sabi Zar, good morning, Zar. Welcome back and Happy New Year to you. And sabi ni Dwayne, long time no see, guys. Yes. Long time no
Yes.
see indeed. Hula. What's letter L? Tana. Okay. What's letter L? What's letter L? So godly purpose, obstacles, achievements. Letter L is love.
Yan.
Love. Letter L's love. Yes. All you need is love. Sabi nga nila. Sino ba yung Beatles? All you need is love. All you
Yes.
need is love. Okay. Sabi ni Juan. Yun din, si Juan din, love. Wow. Love your goal. Love for the goal. O, pwede rin. O, ano pa? Ano pa? Ikaw, Tristan, ano sa tingin mo ang letter L?
Nag-iisipan ko pa.
Madali lang para sa iyan. Madali lang para sa iyan. It's something that you're actually doing now. You are, tantarara, letter L.
You lead.
Hindi. Something that you're doing now. Gayon. Something that you're
Learn.
doing now. Learn! Correct. Yes. Learnings. Yan. No, kailangan pa bigyan ng kailangan pa bigyan ng clue eh. Yeah, learnings. Yes. Lead by example. Learn. Yan. Sabi ni JR. Learn. So, Selfie said, lead by example. JR said, learn. So learnings is true. So there are many things that we will learn. Most especially through the obstacles. Sometimes, sabi nga ni John Maxwell, sometimes you win, sometimes you learn. You never really lose in life. You learn. Diba? So, yung iba hindi na daya sa election, you didn't lose the election sa Amerika, diba? You didn't lose the election. It was not stolen from you. But you learn from that election who the people's choice is, who they want to lead them. Not being political, I'm just stating a fact. So that's one big learning that you can have. But there are many things as you pursue your goal, always have a learning mindset because the learning mindset will lead you to grow as an individual. And also, John Maxwell said, be goal-oriented, but growth-driven. Be goal-oriented, but growth-driven. James Clear, who is the author of Atomic Habits, he says that sometimes you need to forget your goals. Because when you achieve your goals, the next question that you should ask yourself is, did it make you a better person? For example, this year you want to lose your weight. For example, you weigh 160 pounds. That's not your ideal weight for your height and age, but your ideal weight for your height and age is 150, 145. So that's your goal for the year. So you achieve your goal. But when you achieve your goal, you're down to 145. But what does that do? Did it make you a better person, or did it just make you look good? Right. So think about what are the steps that you can grow. Meaning, what are the disciplines that you need to have? Because when you have a growth mindset, or when you're constantly learning, you will achieve your goals sooner. And he gives a very good example. Sabi niya, uh, what he does is he's a writer twice a week. He's a contributing writer twice a week. I think for a journal or a magazine or a newspaper. So he's a writer twice a week. And he counted the number of words that he wrote for the entire year. Ginawa niya. Dinisipline niya. Kasi every article mo, makikita mo, di ba, kung ilang words ang sinulat mo. Di ba, in word, nakalagay doon how many words he wrote. Di ba? So, you were saying something, Chris?
Tama yan. Kasi sa document file, lalabas naman number of words.
Correct. So, kinumpute niya. For the entire year, he found out, with all the articles that he wrote, he wrote 117 words. He wrote 117 pages worth of material. 117 pages. And then he took a look at how to write a book, and he found out that an average book will only have 150 pages to be able to produce a book. He said, so if I was able in one whole year, if the discipline writing twice a week would bring me 117 pages, that's enough to write a book. Interesting. Dadagdagan mo lang ng konting pages, meron ka na libro. But sabi niya, was my goal to write a book? No, it wasn't. My goal was to just contribute twice a week the best of my learnings to this magazine or to the paper. And as a result of that, in the year, he could have written pala one book. So being goal oriented is good, but be growth driven, meaning what are ways that you can do to discipline yourself to grow and learn and learn and learn. That's why I wrote here, yung be a person of significance in the next 12 months. Nakalagay din doon sa baba. Discipline is key. So it's really your daily disciplines that will allow you now to be, you know, to achieve your goals. So those are basically the four lessons that you can learn. If you want to create a goal, number one, write down what you want to achieve for the year. And then identify what is your godly purpose. Why do you want to achieve that? What is the meaning why you want to achieve your goal? Then take a look at now what are some obstacles. What are some obstacles that you can foresee up ahead that you want to be able to overcome? Ano yung mga obstacles na yun? And then what is some achievements or milestones? And then what are the key learnings? Yeah. So you can put it in one. You can put it in one paper like this. So it's all there. So your goals on top, and then the goal, spell it out.
Hmm.
And then you can do that for your family, the A team, and for your work and career or business. Yun. That's how to set your goal or goals for 2021. Ah.
Ayos.
Hindi ka naman naging co-host ko eh. Lagi ka naging estudyante
Co-host,
ka eh.
di kailangan kasi kailangan natin, coach, bigyan yung mga listeners natin ng magandang listening view. Kasi kapag nag interrupt ako, napuputol yung train of thought mo and I don't wanna be a distraction. So,
Naks! Okay. So I hope that you learned something useful for this year, the start of the year. And I hope that you can use that because it's not too late. January 18, it's not too late. We're just in the
mhm.
middle of January. But it's not too late, but it's very important to help plan for the rest of the year ahead. So
Yes.
yeah, we'd love to hear your comments, your feedback before we go. Tristan, ikaw, uh, what is something that you learned?
Um, Goal is a really important, Coach RD, kasi it gives us some sense of direction where we are headed. Pandemic could be is still there. And last year, I guess, for me, ang isa sa mga natutunan ko, at least for this year, is it's time to wake up again, set direction. Parang this year I would not allow pandemic to decide what's going to happen for 2021. So it's really important to evaluate where we are now and where we are actually headed. So it is really a good topic for us, Coach RD. And
Yeah,
before I turn this back to you, I'd like to read this verse just to encourage also everyone. It says in Romans 15:13, may the God of hope fill you with all joy and peace in believing, so that by the power of the Holy Spirit you may abound in hope. Kasi also, Coach, no, mahirap din kasi mag-set ng goals kung wala ka namang hope. So
mm,
this year, I was really asking God about where do I start? Kasi it's parang ang hirap naman mag-set ng goal. Then God reminded me na hope is in God. It's not what we do. It's not what we can accomplish. It's not in our job. It's not with the people around us, but it's really Him. He's not just the source, but He is hope
mm,
Himself. So That's really encouraging, so that He can fill us with joy, He can fill us with peace, and so that we can abound in more hope. So the greater the joy, the greater the peace, the greater the hope that abounds in us. That contradicts anxiety, sadness, loneliness, and worry. So, ayun, so from there, then we can set goal and we can believe God that we can achieve it not just by ourselves, but of course through God. Yun.
Yeah.
Coach RD?
Galing, galing. I learned something from you. I like what you said when you said that I will not let the pandemic dictate my 2021. Kasi nga our hope is in God. It's not even in the vaccine.
Mm,
Diba? Maraming tao, nakapin lahat ng plano nila sa paglabas ng vaccine. It's not. It's really, our hope is really in God and God alone. Because He can, in one instance, He can just make everything
mm,
right. He can make everything good. He can make
yes.
everything perfect. So, tama ka. I agree with that. Sabi nga ni Said Free, Amen. Ah, oo, napa-amen si Said Free sa'yo. So we'd like to thank everyone. Maraming salamat, Bobby, for your kind encouragement. Thanks, Coach RD. Great way to start the week. Maraming salamat sa iyo. Evangeline, thank you also. JR, thank you so much for tuning in. And of course, to everybody who stayed with us, the 10 million viewers, thank you so much. Great topic and challenge for me to come up with my own set of goals tailored to what I plan to do this year. Yes, thank you so much, Boots. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we want to thank you for staying with us this Monday, January 18, 2021. It's a new year, as Tristan shared earlier. Put our hope in God, not in a vaccine, not in the doctors. Of course, God will use them, but our hope ultimately is in God. So thank you so much, and we'll see you all again on Wednesday. That will be January 20. Woo! Lapit
Yes.
na. May isang malapit na event sa January 20. So thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you all again on Wednesday, 8:05 a.m. here at KAPE Tayo. Maraming salamat. Good morning.
Good morning. Bye-bye.
We'll see you all